13. Resource Strengths, Importance Matrix, RSIM. Author, unknown. Ratings. AIM rates resource-based analysis number 7 in most popular strategy tools and part of their core toolkit. Top 5 for strategy choice and number 2 for strategy implementation, as it may often be employed to summarize findings and create action points from other tools. Resource-based planning is rated number 15 by Ascent Study. He et al.'s 2012 study rates resource analysis 4th most popular strategy tool in Chinese companies, 51%. When to use. To distinguish between the resources and capabilities necessary to compete and those that are unique to the company and which can enable superior performance in the market, although a core competence does not automatically confer competitive advantage. Components. Threshold resources include tangible and intangible resources, such as financial, physical, human, and intellectual. Threshold capabilities, processes, activities, or routines applied to resources are those required to meet customers' minimum requirements. Unique resources critically underpin competitive advantage and cannot be imitated or obtained. Core competencies are the capabilities needed to achieve competitive advantage. Development. The RSIM emerged with a range of new frameworks, including VRIO, number 12, in the wake of the resource-based view of the firm in the 1990s. In particular, the RSIM encourages strategists to separate out static resources from the more dynamic and difficult to acquire, imitate, or replicate capabilities that were recognized as being key sources of sustained competitive advantage during this period. The framework is useful in sifting aspects crucial to an organization's competitive advantage from those which are only hygiene factors in competitive markets, things that are necessary to keep a company in the game. Companies can make errors in thinking those aspects in which they have put effort and investment are therefore crucial to competitive advantage when they may be just hygiene factors. The crucial aspects, which might be game changers, may be elements that we focus 20% of our energy on, but they may make 80% of the difference. In this way, the RSIM is a good addition to and link between the VRIO framework described earlier and the notion of dynamic capabilities, which looks at how some particular capabilities not only can sustain competitive advantage, but also refresh and evolve that advantage over time. Key takeout. Have you isolated those critical resources and capabilities, active properties that are better than your competitors and difficult for them to replicate, that can really drive a sustained competitive advantage? Common pitfalls. Struggling to distinguish C's from R's. While capabilities may be regarded as resources for or assets of an organization, resources cannot be capabilities. A good way to distinguish the two is to remember that C's have some active component. They are verbs. Resources are static and generally described by nouns. While it is fairly easy to ascertain whether an R or a C is unique in an industry, people often overestimate the difficulty others may have in imitating such things. Really think through how an R or C might be copied, rather than assuming it can't. Good in combination with. Together with VRIO, number 12, and Dynamic Capabilities, number 14, the RSIM enables the strategist to develop a good appreciation for and handle on the distinctive capabilities that, if harnessed well, can drive an organization's strategic development. Mutation potential. As mentioned in the Creative Ideas section, crossing the RSIM with a value chain can help to give real point to a discussion about how an organization's resources and capabilities work together to process inputs into outputs in ways that create superior value. In addition, it can be useful to use the O for organizationally supported piece from VRIO and circle those R's and C's that are promoted and rewarded by the organization. 14. Dynamic Capabilities. Author David Teese and others. Ratings. A new concept not known to many managers. Nevertheless, dynamic capabilities, DC analysis, is